So now let's see the various dimensions in them. Okay, let's start with 3D, then 4D is there, then 5D is there, 6D, and then 7D. Okay, so what is 3D? X-axis, Y-axis, and Z-axis, Z-axis, right? So whenever you have a 3D structure or a 3D model, you call it as a 3D BIM, right? So what do we do in 3D BIM? Okay, every stakeholder in the project, okay, architect, structural engineer, mechanical engineer, electrical engineer, all these stakeholders will have their own intelligent 3D models, okay, and they have their own individual 3D models, right? So we have to combine them. Okay, we combine all their individual 3D models. Okay, and we call it as federated model or else combined model. When we combine all the models from all the stakeholders, we call it as federated model or else combined model. Okay, and in that combined model, here we do the analysis of what all problems can happen on the site. Okay, if we take this model directly to the site, what all issues can happen. Okay, we followed the design drawings, right? We followed the design consultant's drawing. Okay, but when we actually virtually constructed, we see a lot of clashes, a lot of issues happening. Pipe is penetrating through a wall, pipe is penetrating through a column. Okay, there is no soffit given to cover mechanical surveys. So there can be different types of issues, okay, which you see virtually when you combine all of the models. So here we analyze what all problems can happen on the site. Okay, and we resolve all those issues and all those problems in the virtual model. Once all the issues and all the problems are resolved in the model, then only we will take this model or extract drawings from this model to execute on site. Okay, so these are some of the common issues that happens on site. Here you can see a cable trace penetrating through a structural beam. Here you can see a sanitary pipe is penetrating through a structural column. So these are all common issues. If we don't visualize it properly and if you blindly follow the design drawings, these issues can happen. So what are the software available for doing 3D modeling? Okay, Revit is the Autodesk software, Tekla Structures by Tekla, Digital Project by Gary Technologies, and Ecosim Building Designer is a Bentley software used for 3D modeling. Archicad is majorly used by architects for architecture 3D modeling. It's a software owned by Graphisoft. But Archicad is been replaced by Revit in all the means these days. It has become an old software in the industry now. So the next dimension in BIM, or the fourth dimension in BIM, is time. Okay, so I will give you an example for this. Let's say there is a project starting next year January. Okay, let's say there is a project starting next year January. There is a project starting, construction starting. Okay, so let's say if I'm having a 4D BIM model with me right now. Okay, I can accurately estimate how much work will be completed on January, how much work will be completed on February, how much work will be completed in the month of March. I can accurately estimate it now if I have a 4D BIM model with me. Okay, you are associating the time factor with your 3D model. Basically, you're linking your construction schedule with the 3D model. So you can visually show how much it is going to be progressed. On any particular day, you can pause and say that on this day, this will be my construction progress. Okay, you can visually show that to a client. So the client will also know before starting the construction itself, client will know, okay, by the month of April, okay, this side will be ready. Okay, so then I can do this. So you can have a better planning by, having more information like 4D, 5D and all of that. Okay, so the benefits of 4D planning, improved site planning and scheduling optimization, seamless coordination, better preparedness, enhanced information sharing, enhanced safety and efficiency. Okay, and the software for 3D, Naviswork you can use, it's an Autodesk software. Synchro 4D by Bentley System. Bexel Manager you can use for 4D. Okay, and for 5D, or the next dimension in BIM is cost. Fifth dimension in BIM is cost after time. So the same example again. Okay, so the same example again. Let's say the project is starting next year. If I have a 5D BIM model with me, I can accurately estimate what will be the cost incurred in the month of January, what will be the material cost incurred in the month of February. Okay, I will be able to extract the information of cost for future construction activities. Now itself I can have an understanding. So on this particular date, what should be the budget allotted for procuring concrete? Okay, for a particular date I can allocate, by this date I should have this much budget for procurement of concrete, and this much budget for procurement of steel. I can pre-plan it if I'm having a 5D BIM model with me, and also I can visually show that. Okay, not only pre-plan, I can visually show that. Okay, I can show the construction progress. So 5D means 3D plus 4D plus cost is 5D. Okay, without 4D you cannot do 5D. Okay, 5D means 3D plus 4D plus cost. 4D means 3D plus time. Okay, so I will run a quick simulation video. So before that, for benefits of 5D, real-time cost visualization, automatic count of components, simplified cost analysis we can do, minimization of budgetary offshoot due to regular cost reporting and budgeting. Okay, these are the major benefits of 5D BIM. Software used: Bexel Manager by Bexel Consulting, Vico 5D by Trimble, Costex by Exactel are the major software available for doing 5D BIM. This is a simulation video which we have created, 5D simulation video which we have created for a project earlier. I will run this video. I'm not sure if you will be able to hear the audio. Just a second, I'm just gonna share again. Okay, I'm gonna play the video. So as you can see here, as at any given point or at any given date, I will know what will be the progress. Okay, I will also know what will be the cost incurred at that particular point of time, what will be the material cost, what will be the manpower cost, what will be the total cost. I will be able to estimate that, even before the actual construction date. Okay, and I can visually show that to a client, so that looking at this, client will have an idea of budget. Okay, this much budget I should have this month, and this much budget I should have for this month. Okay, so you will have a complete budgetary analysis. You will, and it's a periodic process. It is not a one-time process. Okay, there can be construction delays, or there can be issues happening in between the project also. So it's a periodic process. There will be budgetary report, cost analysis report, submitted every quarter or every month of the project. Okay, when you implement 5D BIM. So the next dimension, or the sixth dimension in BIM, is sustainability. Okay, so here we will estimate, or here we will calculate how sustainable the building is. Okay, there are various parameters for it. Okay, how energy efficient it is. Okay, and there are various tools also for it. There will be various energy analysis, solar analysis, daylight analysis. Okay, and what are the cost for the material, which material proves to be cheaper and sustainable at the same time. Okay, so for every material that we use, we try to find a sustainable alternative for a 6D BIM project. Okay, so we also keep in mind two factors: how sustainable it is for the environment, and also how cost efficient it is. Okay, how can we improve the design in such a way that these two things happens, that it contributes to the sustainability and also cost efficiency of a project. Okay, and the 60 BIM is not something that starts at the last stage of a project. No, no, no. It starts from the initial design stage. If you know that this project is going to be going for sustainability or till that stage, it starts from the initial design phase itself. Okay, you will calculate the energy consumption of the building. What will be the energy consumption? How many people? Let's say an estimated average of people, and say what will be the energy consumption. Okay, how much of carbon emission will it be there when we actually construct it on site? Okay, construction is also a lot. There is a lot of carbon emission also during construction, right? So we calculate all of that, analyze it, and try to figure out ways to reduce the carbon emission in sixth dimension of them, that is sustainability. So there are various tools for it. Green Building Studio is an Autodesk software for it, and Eco Designer is a software by Graphisoft. Energy Plus by Sype. EcoSim Energy Simulator is an excellent software by Bentley. So these are some of the software available for 60. The benefits are very evident. You will have reduced energy consumption in the long run, faster and more accurate decision making related to component installation, detailed analysis, better operational management of the building. This is for maintenance, okay? Better operational management of the building or structure after handover. Once the construction is over, you are handing over that project to somebody, right? So during operational management also, it will be easier if you've considered the factors like sustainability and all of that. Clear everyone till now? So the seventh dimension in BIM, or the most exciting dimension, is facility management. Okay. Okay. Before explaining this, I will give you an example because it will be easier for you to understand with an example. I hope you all have stayed in a hotel, right? If stayed in a hotel. So if you're staying in a hotel, and let's say your air conditioner isn't working, okay, what will you do? You will call up the reception and say, hey, room number 213, my air conditioner isn't working, please come and check. So let's assume that if that hotel is constructed using 7D BIM, okay, with facility management, in that case, they will have a facilities team in the hotel. Okay, so the reception team or wherever you are calling, they will redirect that call to the facilities team. Okay, facilities team will have an asset data with them. Okay, will have a complete data. Okay, let's say if it was built properly as how it's supposed to be with 7D BIM and everything, then they will have a digital model with them. Okay, they will just enter your room number, or they can just go inside the model, walk inside the model, and go to your room inside the model and see. From there, they can select your air conditioner. Okay, if they select that air conditioner, they will get to know every information of that air conditioner. They will get to know who is the manufacturer. Okay, what is the warranty period? Okay, what was the installation date? Okay, when was the last service done for that air conditioner? Okay, what is the warranty period? Okay, if something goes wrong, who is the maintenance guy? What is the contact number of the maintenance guy? What is the contact email ID of the maintenance guy? So all this minute information of a maintainable asset, we call it as a maintainable asset. This air conditioner is a maintainable asset for me in the project. Okay, so all these minute information of an asset, you will get it from the model. Okay, that is called as facility management. Okay, so why are we using it? Why are we using facility management? If you use facility management effectively, okay, you can reduce the operational cost of a building. Okay, let's say, what is operational cost of a building? Let's come to basics. Okay, let's say you have purchased an apartment. Okay, let's say you have purchased an apartment. For a fixed price, you have purchased an apartment. And even after purchasing, you are still paying out a monthly maintenance charge. Right? You are still paying a monthly maintenance charge or an annual maintenance fee. Right? So the initial sum of money that you have given to acquire that apartment is the building cost or the construction cost. Okay, the maintenance fee which you are gonna pay is the operational cost of the building. Okay, so if you implement facility management properly in the right way, you can reduce the operational cost of a building also, because no building is constructed for 5 years, to stay only for 5 years or 10 years. It is constructed with an objective that this building is going to be there at least for the next 20-30 years. So if you look at it, operational cost, if you compare it for the next 20-30 years, the operational cost will be more than the construction cost over a period of time. Correct? If you look at the lifespan of a building, the operational cost at the end will be more than the construction cost of the building itself. Okay, so if we are able to reduce that operational cost, okay, if we use BIM properly, you will reduce the construction cost. But if you also reduce the operational cost of a building, that is a lot of saving. That is why facility management is used. And also not only to reduce cost, okay, that will be a blunt statement. It has many other applications, many other uses. Everything will be easier to manage, easier to maintain. Maintenance will be very easy. Okay. If you want one more example, for example, let's say if you are in a basement area, if you are selecting a fire extinguisher there, okay, selecting on that fire extinguisher, if you select that fire extinguisher in the 7D BIM model, it will give you information. It will tell what is the model number of it, what is the lifespan, what is the warranty information. Okay, who's the installer, who's the maintenance guy, what type of fire extinguisher it is. Okay, when was the gas last refilled in that fire extinguisher. So all this information you can feed into a model. Okay, you are feeding this information into a model so that you can extract it later. Okay. I will show a quick video example for this. Please listen to this carefully and then we will discuss this. Let me know if you can hear the audio. If not, let me know.
Here's John, the happy owner of a new building. Here's John, the happy...
Can you guys hear the audio? Is it being shared?
Yes, sir.
Okay, perfect.
Owner of a new building. During the entire design and construction process, building information modeling was used. Architects and engineers created their designs with Revit, Autocad, Tekla, Bentley, Autocad and Autodesk fabrication to create BIM models. Contractors and subs incorporated additional information and utilized BIM for quality takeoffs, coordination, 4D construction scheduling and fabrication. After construction was done, John received a lot of information. But what's John supposed to do with it? How can he access and use all of this information? John would have to invest in software licenses, expensive training, hardware, upgrades, and more upgrades. Voila, the solution exists, and it's called UBIM. UBIM can take all of those different data sources and combine them all together into one online navigation 3D model with access to all building data and associated manual of operations, manufacturer specs, equipment catalogs, images, etc., etc. UBIM is cloud-based, so John and his maintenance crew can access the building from anywhere, simply with internet access, a username, and a password. UBIM in action during a normal day at the facility. Chris, who works at the building, notices that one of the lighting fixtures isn't working. He quickly accesses UBIM, finds and selects the failing fixture, and sends a work order to fix it. Richard, the service guy, gets an email with a link. This link takes him directly to the exact piece that needs attention. Richard not only knows which one to fix out of the other 20 on that floor, but also he can get all of the specifications and manufacturer data he needs with a single click. Oh, the lighting fixture isn't easily accessible. Then he realizes he needs to take a ladder to be able to even reach it. So in just a few minutes, he knows everything he needs to know before he even shows up at the building. Additionally, if John uses any asset management system or even building automation systems, it can all be integrated within the UBIM 3D environment. Deploying UBIM is simplicity itself. Anyone can be trained to use the system within just 30 minutes. Why not join us for a demo?
Okay, I will just quickly explain you what has been discussed here. Okay, so one day the owner is finding out that a particular lighting fixture isn't working. So he took out his tablet and searched for that lighting fixture there. And from there he selects it. And then he got the contact information of the maintenance guy. And he emails that maintenance guy that this particular light is not working. Okay, and when the maintenance guy receives the email, okay, he will have a direct link with it. Okay, if he clicks on this link, it will take him to the exact location where that issue is happening. It will take him directly to that point, okay, in the model. It will take him and it will show that this light is not working. Okay, and from there, if he clicks on that light, he will get to know the information of that light completely, what type of light it is, okay, what is the model number, all the information of the light he will get. Okay, and he quickly sees that he will need a staircase also to access that light. So before even reaching up to the site, he will also know where it is, with the floor plan. He will also know where it is situated. So before showing up to the site, the maintenance guy will have all the information that he needs to have about that light. Okay, and BIM benefits or BIM facts listed out by the UK Cabinet Office. So UK is majorly, you can call it as the pioneers in BIM, or all the major BIM standards used globally are majorly created, are majorly UK standards, and all other standards developed later are a slight modification of it. Okay, so so they have listed it by saying that if you implement BIM properly in a project, you can reduce the building cost by approximately 20%. So how can you do it? Because you will exactly know, what all problems will happen. You will resolve all those issues. You will save a lot of time. If you save a lot of time itself, you are saving a lot of money. Okay, so you will be reducing 20% of building cost. What is the second point? Can anybody tell me what is the second point? 33% reduction in cost over the lifetime of asset. Anybody?
Uh, we can regular maintenance of the asset, so the cost is automatically reduced.
Okay, yeah, this is majorly about the operational cost of the building. If you implement properly, BIM properly, take 7D BIM and all of that, you can reduce the operational cost by 33%. Okay, and then 47 to 65% reduction in conflict and rework, increase in project quality, reduction in risk, improved predictability, 34 to 40% better performing completed infrastructure, 30 to 38% improvement in review and approval cycle. This is also very important. Review and approval cycle. Okay, this basically means that, for example, let's say you are an interior designer. Okay, you have fixed certain furnitures, okay, of a particular type. So conventionally, what will you do? You will click pictures, or you will send the design and show it with a sample and email it to the client, and then client will check the email, and then client will reply to it, and then will give the comment. So in BIM, since everybody is working in a collaborative environment, you can mark the client there itself in the model itself. You can mark the client and say, please review if this is okay, and client can see that in the model real time, and he can also add his comment there real time. So improvement in review and approval cycles. Okay,